Good evening and welcome to the Sheila New Comedy Show, Season 3. This is our first special edition show of the season. Episode 2, The Art of Storytelling. Season 3 started off as a game changer with Episode 1, New Year, New You. And we made our way past 40,000 downloads. We appreciate your continued support and most of all, your laughs. We now have our first official sponsor, Wassy Dassy Bags and Accessories. And we can't forget about our contributing partners, Inner She Yoga and Meditation, Ron Winston Entertainment, Laurel Hill Productions, and SISAC Legal Group. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Jay Twiz, the official announcer of the fabulous Sheila New Comedy Show. Want to hear more of me? Search for Retro and Friends Volume 1 and head to track 4, OP Keys, on all of your favorite music streaming platforms. Now, let's get into the rules of engagement, shall we? Remember, this is a live show, and if you break the rules, you just might become a part of the show. But for those of you who have been selected to be on the stage, please feel free to unmute and laugh during the show. So without further ado, we welcome you to this special edition, episode 2, featuring our guest hosts, comedian Griff, our witty co-hosts, Wanda Rose and Candace Sisak, and starring the amazing, the incomparable, the hilarious, your favorite auntie, Sheila New.
Good evening, everybody. Hello and happy Tuesday. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Griff. He in the build.
Hey Sheila,
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good,
I'm
good.
here. My bad. I was posting y'all's link.
Okay. And we appreciate all the posts. How you been,
I
Griff?
need to be on mute. I've been super duper good. Sheila, look at you with 40,000 downloads and you done took over Clubhouse. I remember when you first started.
What you remember? Since we going to dive right into it, we're in the art of storytelling. What do you remember, sir? Can you
That
share?
you was that you was all over the place and Wanda loved you. And you was telling some pretty interesting stories. And I watched Wanda's eyes light up. She loves comedians and she loves orators. And it was easy for y'all to work together because you're awesome. She's awesome. So I'm just blessed to be on the show.
I appreciate you so much. And look, for those of you who don't know, I've had the opportunity to see Griff perform live and in person when he was in the DMV area. Me and one of my besties, she is down in the audience, Maya, she accompanied me.
Hey, Maya.
And we had a great time. You are hilarious in
Thank you.
person as well as you are just when we be shooting the breeze, but you are a funny person. So I appreciate you so much. And I'm so glad, I'm honored that you say yeah, because how often do you really get two comedians together to kick it on this level? Because it's been a lot in our realm of business here lately.
It's the
Everybody,
enemy is on attack of the
yes,
comedians in church. I just said that. We bring joy,
yes.
and on Wednesday of last week, when
Mm,
Mike Epps, when Shannon Sharp caught feelings for seeing Mike Epps do some Shannon Sharp jokes on stage, and then Shannon Sharp said, "I'm gonna see you in Indianapolis." I prayed on air, man. Shannon Sharp don't need to go to the home of Mike Epps where he done changed the whole city and they love him like. Here's who you can't control, I
right,
can control me sometimes, but I
right.
definitely can't control my crip brother and my over the top cousin and my auntie. Like, and then after we did that prayer, they was on social media on Thursday, smiling
And
and
hugging it
being
out.
grown men, because really in the end, it becomes emotional and
Yep.
you just gotta men can't be emotional like that. And then if people start getting mad about what comedians say, then you're gonna be mad all the time.
All the
Because I'm
time. You
saying
got to
whatever I
take
want to, and you're not the boss of none of these words coming out my mouth. Promise you.
I love it. And you absolutely right. I did. I caught that too. And then just the whole thing, I mean, I'll say this, and I've said it before because we talked about it a little bit on from the first show of this year. Cat Williams came out and he let a lot out the bag, and I'm like, if it don't reply, if it don't apply, you know what I'm saying? Just
Exactly.
don't
Agreed.
say nothing.
Agreed.
Why is
Agreed.
he tripping? So
But my thing is, how did comedians? So now, see, here's
they
the problem
sensitive.
with social media. Now the comedians are sensitive. Now the comedians don't like what the other comedians are saying about them. That's called a roast. We've been doing this for centuries. Like, what is
Centuries.
going on? But what I realized, she for real, the enemy don't want. He want the joy corrupted too. Proverbs 17:22 say laughter is good for your soul like a medicine. So
Oh,
if he
yep,
can infect the medicine, if he can
yep.
taint the medicine, if we could be Johnson and Johnson COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Cannot.
I
You
feel good
know
about that analogy.
how? Okay.
That's the enemy is doing his job. So we got to keep doing what you doing, what I'm doing, and stay the course. And
That's
stay
it.
the course because people need to smile and people need joy. And doing what we do, I don't think people would realize how sad folk are all around the world.
You right
All
about it.
around the world.
You right about it. And since we in the art of storytelling, I'll share a true story that happened when I moved to Newport News, Virginia from Michigan. It was a little comedy spot around the corner, literally less than 5 minutes from where I stayed. And it
Oh
was a
wow.
nice little, yeah, it was a nice little spot too. I was able to go and work out on a regular basis. I became cool with the owner like immediately. I was
Yeah.
like, we need to be friends, and it ended up working out. That's how I found one of my mentors in the game. He's no longer with us, but the fabulous Fat Doctor. That's how I met him.
Oh man, Fat Doctor. Let me tell
Yes,
you
he was
something.
my
I started comedy in Washington D.C. in April
see.
of
And who don't know
'95.
the Fat Doctor, right?
Let me tell you something. Fat Doctor's timing, his
Everything,
stage presence, his
everything,
writing was like
everything.
Fat Doctor was Dave Chappelle, and they want to be Fat Doctor when they grow up. Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle and them, man, like Fat Doctor, y'all might not know him because he was one of those comedians who really stayed in
in
the
the
state.
background.
It's a
Yep.
different kind of, it's a bunch of, but he would go rip Constitution Hall. He
Yes.
wasn't always just doing comedy clubs. Like
Right.
I saw him with Jamie Foxx, and
Yep.
it's people like him who I was with Dougie. I hate to say it like this; it's so name droppery. But I was
That's
doing
what
this
we do,
documentary.
though.
Oh, okay. I was doing this documentary with Dougie Fresh, and Dougie was saying how black artists don't celebrate each other.
Come
So then
on.
it dies after 20 years.
Yep.
So nobody remember the Furious Five and all. They started hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They should get more. Like we don't give our own more. And
Yeah.
that's the difference between us and all other um races. Black people don't remember their grandfather. A lot of black people don't know their great grandfather. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that, but white people did that to us. And while I'm on that,
I'm
I'm
black.
watching it's Black History Month. So
No,
let me
yeah,
get on
it's
my
Black
soapbox.
History Month. Of course, we're gonna talk about Black
Right.
history.
Yeah. Another thing I am watching right now, I am watching the Osage Nation. That's a huge Native American tribe. Martin Scorsese made a movie, and Martin and is nominated for Best Picture. Leo DiCaprio is Best Male. Robert De Niro Best Supporting Actor, and it's called The Killers of the Flower Moon, and it's
Mm,
the Osage murders. It's 3.5 hours now, but let me just tell you the whole basis of it. In 1921, the Native Americans were wealthy, Rockefeller wealthy. And the white people had to, because the oil came through their land. And this
mm,
is in the Ohio, Missouri area. The oil came through their land. So white people was coming into the state having to work for these Native Americans. They had white people in their house cooking and cleaning and folding and washing. They was balling in 1921, and
okay.
and I already know what the movie is about. They already showing it real slow. You know, white people ain't happy about that, having to bow down to somebody. So they're just killing people and stealing their money. What they've been doing, you know what I wish somebody would have told me when I was a kid? A black man made a potato chip.
Uh,
I I don't need to know about a dude that made peanut butter oil.
you
Don't
know what?
nobody want
Yeah. And
peanut butter oil. Mean you on welfare if you know what peanut butter oil is, because you had to mix the peanut butter up to make the peanut butter.
right, because the
But I
oil would
want
settle to the top and it would be in
right.
cans with the black and
Come
white
on.
label. They don't
But
know.
tell us that black people made the escalator, the elevator, the traffic light. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The post, the your where you get your mail at every day. A black person made that. Like, come on, man. The mailbox, the broom, the dustpan. You thought it was from a record. It was a black person made
Wait
that
a
up.
minute. Look at Wanda emoji. She was like, "Oh, brother, look, it's Black History Month. You know we gonna talk about Black history." And that's just
Exactly.
how it goes because we are contributors to so much, and we are contributors to this craft, to this thing that we both love called comedy. And we could come together and, like you said, roasting, joning, no matter where you from. I mean, how many times have you been on stage and you had to get your fellow comedian together real quick? But even after the show was
Half the
over,
time.
yeah, yeah. And then after the show was over, y'all, it's like
It
you
ain't
ain't
nothing
ain't
but
never happened.
love.
Yeah, nothing but love because it's part of the game. It's part of who, we are as people. And that's one thing that I did learn too under the tutelage of Mr. Darcel, Fat Dr. Blackmon. Just so y'all
Man,
know. Okay,
what
period.
a
He was
OG. If
the
you don't
GOAT.
know him, I need you to find footage of him. Just
Yes,
pull
he is
up
funny.
comedian Fat Doctor.
Yeah, just
Like
like it
he was
sounds.
special.
Yeah,
He was
yeah, he
special.
was. He was,
That's
and he
cool
worked
that
for.
you was under him. That's beautiful. Wow.
Yes, yep. He
He
actually,
always took me to the side and
yeah,
like he was just a good man. How we,
he
he would
believed
say,
in
slow
sharing.
down.
Yep,
Yes, he
yep.
did.
He believed in
He
sharing.
did.
He shared his knowledge. He wanted you to be great. And we can
Mm-hmm.
ask Martin Lawrence that if y'all ever seen the episode of Martin where Pam had to go to the dentist and she was under hypnosis and she was acting like Martin. Well,
Yeah,
the Fat Doctor wrote that whole episode. Let me give him his flowers. He ain't here no more, but I'm a
man.
drop y'all some knowledge, and that's facts on facts on facts. And if you
Yeah,
watch
one
that
of DC's great.
episode, yeah, DC history for real. But I was, it was my esteemed pleasure to definitely work alongside with him, and just like today with you, and that's with any comedian. I ain't never had no beef with nobody because it's too many
Might have had some
motherfuckers
beef, but I was young. That's
yeah, not even when
27
I
year
first
old
came
Griff.
out. I ain't had that. I ain't had that one.
No,
I
comedians
think
do
it's
sometimes need to be slapped in the mouth if you out here joke
different.
thieving. Like I ain't
But I
going.
think it's different for guys than it is for girls. When you coming out, and you a female comedian.
Joke thief is a joke thief.
Yeah, no, and they do be joke jacking, but we ain't gonna talk about
Yeah.
that. They do
No,
joke jack.
we can talk about it, but the whole thing, my thing is this: why talk about that when we can talk about this? So right now, for the entire month of February, Black History Month, this leap year, which is kind of awesome, people being born on February 29th, you can send me a 5 minute clip of you doing comedy. Whatever way you do comedy, comedy is like music, hard rock, pop, soul, R&B, gospel, jazz, country. It's a million kinds of comedy. Like it's a million kinds. Whatever 5 minutes you think is the funniest, send it. Go to @2trillion on everything. You can call Roz. She's gonna tell you what to do. We're gonna pick the funniest one, and we're gonna pay that person's everything in Johannesburg, South Africa. They'll
I
be
know y'all
performing at
better
two
do it.
comedy festivals. They're going
That's
to be
what's up.
performing in the province of Limpopo, the province of Gauteng, where Johannesburg is. And my man just called me yesterday, said they're doing another festival while I'm there, Africa Comedy or Comedy Africa, and it's going to be at the Convention Center in
That's what's
Sandton,
up.
and Eddie Griffin is headlining. So if
Shut
you
up. I
are
love
funny,
Eddie.
it don't matter how long you've been doing comedy, just go to my Instagram or website @2trillion. The number two, the word trillion. Send your 5 minutes. It's a registration fee, but other than that, we paying for your whole 16 and a half hour flight. We're gonna put you up. You're gonna be
You
on with
paying for
Comedy
them?
Central
You
Africa.
paying for them shots too? What y'all doing?
Ain't no shots. See how dumb you sound right now? I just said South Africa. Grow up.
See, it's always the shot. I ain't talking
it's
about
a
that.
Africa
I ain't
got
talking
Africa
about that
got
kind of shot, sir. See how when you jump, see.
you dumb for saying people gonna come back with African STDs. I
No,
hate you
see,
so
I ain't
much.
say that. I said you gonna pay for that shot. I'm talking about them shots on the plane that come out them little bottles. See what you said. See, don't do me.
That was quick. That was quick.
Oh, I'm
Touche.
hungry.
She. Touche. But I want your
No,
5 minute
you
too,
got you
she. Make
gotta
sure you send
you
yours.
gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be
I
quicker.
told her to send it.
You
Well,
told me to say
this one.
what?
Oh, here. Roz got her number on here right now. 689-232-2289. Again, you can send it to 689-232-2289. Roz will walk you through it, tell you, make sure you got your passport is up to date, let you know that you don't have
Yeah,
to take
please
shots
don't
to
go
go to
over
South
there with
Africa.
no last minute passports talking about
Oh,
canceling.
no.
Give me a minute. Let's not do that,
No, they
please.
shut that down in Atlanta or Newark, wherever you fly out. You can't even get on the
Okay,
flight. They
please.
don't do it. In 2000, you used to could get over there and they would turn you away. My homeboy, I had a bunch of friends and comedians in Canada and in Paris
Yeah.
who got off the plane, about to go into Canada, and they was like, oh, hold on, child support. Uh-oh. Put you on the next flight back to America. You can't come in a country if you're not taking care of your kids. How
I
about
know
that?
that's right. I love that too.
Me too.
That is awesome. Okay, so let me ask you this question too. So we're not gonna do an interview style. We're gonna keep it flowing and going like we've been.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
It's all good.
definitely what up to all the people in the audience. And I'm so happy to see my One Love family in the building. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for vibing and thriving and showing up and showing out. It's always a pleasure. For sure, for sure. So Griff, I know by me watching you, but a lot of people may not have had the opportunity or the pleasure to see you grace the stage. So, I'm kind of familiar with your style, but I want you to break it down. Do you consider yourself? I know we are all comedians, but everybody has
No, we're not
their
all
niche.
comedians.
What?
Milton
What? Let
Berle,
me let me do it. Let me do
everybody got their own niche,
it.
but
Yeah,
Milton
everybody got
Berle,
their own niche, but
in
I'm
his last
asking.
interview on CNN with Larry King, Milton Berle, and if you don't know who Milton Berle is, he was a
Old
huge
school.
radio star. Like
Yes.
he was radio. Like Uncle
Yeah.
Milty is what they called him. And so
He
like
was that
all
guy.
the way until TV was made, like Milton Berle was a quadruple. He the fat doctor of
No, for
comedy, right?
real.
Um, but in his last interview, he said it's comics and it's comedians. Comics are people that say funny things, and
Yep.
comedians are people that make things funny. And then he said, I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. I don't really know jokes. I got stories
There
that
you
kind of
go.
got a punchliney ending, but
Yeah.
it be real stories.
Yeah. No.
Maybe I
Some of them definitely be
fabricated what
funny.
kind of
Yeah.
car it was or what day it was, but
Yeah.
overall it happened. I wouldn't know what to do. Say, hey, has anybody ever been to a Walmart? Da-dunks. Like I'm not a comic. So,
Yeah.
but shout
I
out to the
know.
comics because I like their writing style.
Yeah, no, and see, that's me too. I'm not in that lane. I mean, I write stuff, but I don't write it like for the punchline. I write it for the story.
Yes,
Right, because I think
that's good.
it's an art into it. And and too, I said who helped me kind of hone and craft that, because I think that's the beauty of it, right? The beauty of getting into comedy, making stuff funny, and then being able to deliver it. It's the cadence to it, it's your rhythm to it, it's your frequency to it, it's whatever you pour into it. So I love
Agree.
to embellish the story, to make even the small minute little pieces of the
You got to
story.
talk about it. You can't just say
Yeah,
I was at a
land is
house.
sleeping.
You got to
Yeah.
tell me what the house looked like, what was
Right.
in the inside, what the
Right.
kitchen was made of. They had a
Right.
dirty carpet. Carpet was
Right.
so dirty. They
And
telling
had
me
the
to take
plastic
off my
on it.
socks. I'm gonna get my shoes bloody if I take my shoes off in this house. Like it's stories like that that black people have been very what's the word, in our whole life. We just had to be very intentional about what we said. A lot of times it was for our own safety. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for me, when I do comedy in front of white people, when I do a predominantly white audience, or what we call mainstream,
Right.
and which is basically all of America.
No. Yeah.
basically, But when I do mainstream rooms, I don't try. Try is a quick word. You want me to try not to hit you in the mouth, or you want me to just not hit you in the mouth?
Exactly.
When I speak at these white clubs, I always make sure that I let all the white men in the room know I'm smarter than y'all. I've been more
Facts.
places.
Facts.
I'm doing what I love. You're
Facts.
watching me.
Right. You
You
paid.
understand?
Right.
So
You paid to
it's a
get in here.
difference. Yeah, I'm him tonight
Right. That's it.
for you.
That's it. That's it. And I think, and that's the beauty part. And it's fun to do both. I think when I first started out doing it, I did mainstream. You know, I
Me
didn't.
too. I
I
was at
didn't
the improv.
see. And well, I was in Michigan. Well, it was improv that night, but it wasn't the improv. It was an old club called
They had
Chaplin.
B's Comedy
No,
Kitchen
no,
and
no. That was downtown. I was nowhere
okay.
near downtown in the city. I was actually on the outskirts in Redford at this place called Chaplin's.
I remember Chaplains. How about
Yeah.
my auntie lived in Rochester Hills, so I would
Okay.
come into Detroit in '98 and be with
Okay.
Mike Bonner and Kool Aid, rest in
Yeah,
peace, and
you
Big
know
Daddy
Kool-Aid
Fitz,
passed
rest in
away a
peace,
little
and
while ago too. You know
yeah, of
that?
course I
Yeah.
do. Me and
Yeah.
Kool Aid share the same birthday. That's my brother.
Okay.
The Detroit comedian showed me Toronto. Hey, how
Uh-huh.
about I was in Toronto. I went to Toronto, Canada for the first time in April and stayed there till November. I was calling U.S. Customs saying, "How can I change my passport to be a Canadian
Right.
citizen?"
Right.
Like
No,
for reals,
and it's a beautiful thing for those of y'all who have never been to Michigan. I swear, right across the water, you just go
man.
bridge or tunnel, go right over to Canada, have a great time, and it's
That's
beautiful.
right.
It's on a whole nother level.
Yeah,
But yeah,
different energy.
Chaplins is where I actually got my start. So, and I worked with a guy named Kirk Nolan. Matter of fact, I'll tell this story because I often do. So July of 1993 is when I started in the game. I had the same dream 3 nights straight. And so I said, okay, Lord, you try to tell me I'm funny and it's time for me to do comedy. Cool, bet. But how do you go about it? History lesson. Wasn't no internet, wasn't no dial up, wasn't no search engines, it wasn't none of that. So what do? You let your fingers do the walking through the yellow pages. And that's exactly what I do and did. C stands for comedy. So that I started looking up different comedy clubs, things of that nature. Talked to this older white dude from some type of moose lodge, something. I don't know why they were listed under comedy clubs, but they was. I talked to a older white gentleman. You could tell by the raspiness in his voice and how many packs of cigarettes that he probably was smoking over his time. But his name was Butch. And Butch said, "Oh, you want to do comedy, huh?" I said, "Yeah, Butch, I want to do comedy. Tell me where to go. Y'all have open mic, what? He said, "Well, I tell you what, you go down to Chaplin's and you ask for this dude named Kirk Nolan." And shout out to Kirk if you ever hear this. And Kirk was this tall Greek dude. I mean, the tallest man I probably ever seen in all my life. He had to be every bit of 6'7", 6'8". He had long hair. And just, and me and one of my girlfriends, we went together and he looked at me. He said, "You know Butch?" With a little question mark emoji over his head. And I just fell out. Because
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
Butch was white. And he knew good and daggone well that me and Butch ain't know each other. But he said, "But he
Right.
sent you." I said, "Yeah, he sent me. He sent me." He said, "Okay." And then, he showed me, like, hey, you come on stage. It's a light that blink. You get 2 minutes. And that's it.
Yup.
He was
Yup.
like, 2 minutes. He said, if you make them laugh in 2 minutes, I got you. You holler at me after
Exactly.
it's over.
I
If
love
not,
it.
it was nice to meet you. Have a drink
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah. That's how it go. Yeah. Straight
Yeah.
up. Have a
See you
drink.
next
Yeah.
time. Yeah, have a drink on me.
No, not
Yeah,
see you next time. Never see you
no.
again.
Yeah, never unless you come back and pay. That's the whole never
Right.
see you next time. You
Right.
come back and you be an audience participant. You just
Right.
not on the
Because you
stage,
ain't
right?
ready for this part. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I was like, okay. So me and my best girlfriend, we was sitting over to the side, and we was having our little cocktails because if you buy one for one, you got to buy one for two. That's how we roll.
Of
And
course.
and she was like, "Okay, girl, tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna say?" So me not really even thinking about the art of it. right? Or, the cadence of it, none of that. And I'm like, oh, I'm going way back in the bag. Like when we was in middle school, elementary school, oh, I'm going to tell this joke and some stuff I done heard crazy. And I'm going to tell this joke, some stuff I heard crazy. And she looked at me with a straight face and said, nah, that nope. Mm-mm. She said, number one, you ain't going to embarrass us up in here. Okay.
Huh.
She said, not at all. She said, don't say them. Don't do that. She said, what I need you to do, we're going to act like we in school. Turn your little chair around. Pay attention to what everybody doing. When I say this was a crash course that night. And I had to
Yeah.
study and watch and just, get with the flow. Now, the other caveat to that story is just this. I was in a mainstream comedy club. Even the person who I came with was not of melanated. Well, you can tell her that, but she was not of a melanated hue. Okay, she was of the other, but she was more Italian than the other. So, she blended more with us. That's why we rocked the way we did. And when the audience start coming in or the patrons start coming in and they start filling up, it was an all white audience. I was the only one. Okay, even Kirk himself was just as white as the people that was sitting in the chairs. I think it might have been a couple of brothers in the back because they was trying to trip over themselves. Come, it's a black girl in here, So everybody
Yeah.
came out. So when it was my turn, my home girl was like, I'll hold your purse. I'll hold your. I said, no, Heifer, you ain't gonna hold my purse. Just in case we got to run. I need all my stuff to be with me so we can run out just in case this be a boo hiss kind of situation. When I tell
Hilarious.
you, when I tell y'all, them 2 minutes went like that, but them 2 minutes set the tone. When I say they couldn't stop laughing, they couldn't stop laughing. And just like how Griff said, you own it when you get on there. I had to make it be about me, but I had to make it be about me where I was talking about them so tough that they couldn't do nothing but laugh. And I received all the love after it was over. They told me I would have never known this was your first time if he never would have said it. I wish that you could have been up there longer. It was just so good. And I was like, okay. And then you just hone your craft and you gotta write. You gotta, just like anything else, whether you in music, whether you do hair, whether you do nails, whether you're a fashion designer, this ain't no one and done kind of situation. This is something that is over and over and over, but you can get the love. It's a different high. I tell people, if you ever, got to that euphoric state, whatever it is that you do, to me, that's what comedy is each and every time. It's like it's a rush like I've never felt before. I get excited, to be able to stand in front of people, to be able to do my thing, to handle my business, and it's nothing but love all the way around. But it was the first, it's like I got bit. And ever since then, I just put my head down and kept running. I work with some of the greatest. Some people don't see these people. Like you said, you work in clubs. I hosted a room for more than 3 years in Norfolk. I seen a little bit of everybody. JB Smooth, Michael Collier. We gonna drop them. Michael Blackson. All the Philly, New York, DC, Baltimore. Every comedian that was basically on the East Coast came through, and that's how you grow, that's how you learn. But it's a family thing, and you learn how to just sharpen each other by listening and by learning and by sharing. And I think that's what we need to get back to more. So that's my storytelling thing on how I started comedy. Griff, how you start comedy?
Um, I wanted to be a comedian since I was 3 and a half, and my
Oh,
mother worked at a convalescent homes. And she would put the old white people in a half a circle, and she would tell me go in there and go be funny. And then I would go in there, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I had great crowd work. So I was like, "Hey, Mr. Rodriguez. Hey, Miss Johnson, you going to slay? Mr. James, you peed on yourself? I did yesterday. My mom is here. It's fine. We're both okay. No one cares." And so I was on like a geriatric tour for like 4 years until I was like seven or so. And my mother always gave me examples on how I could put my gift to work. And it had no age limit on it. So I really understood I wanted to be a comedian my whole life, and I ain't never have a backup plan. I never saw myself. I never envisioned myself doing anything else except what I'm doing right now. And when you're 3 and a half and God gives you a vision when you're a child,
mm-hmm.
a young child, and I'm 52 and I'm having the most fun right now. in my whole life. And I hit 29 years April 14th. And these last 10 have just been the best. Like
That's
the
what's up.
best, man. Like the
I love
best.
it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it is something to be said when you know, and I love what you said. There was no contingency plan. You were,
Oh no.
intentional from the beginning. And as you said,
Yeah.
that say a lot. I mean, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people wait until later or even at all, to do something that they love. And when you do it, and y'all heard it a whole bunch of times, when you do what you love, it's not work. When
Well,
you
I
do
heard
what you
Michael
love, it's
Jordan.
fun.
Michael Jordan said one time, out as rich as he is, he said
Mm,
one time, I would have played basketball for free.
wow.
Like just to be in stadiums and people screaming and making shots, I would have did it for free. To me, my manager Roz is on here, Roz Thompson, and
Hey,
Roz
Raz.
and me and Roz books me. I just got in 29 years. And Wanda will tell you, I've been looking for a manager, but the problem is I can't be managed. I'm not I not I don't know how to listen, but I just can't be managed. Like unless you telling me Netflix want to talk to you and Hulu want to talk to you, then what is you we got a contest going in South Africa. As a manager, what is you really gonna bring to the table? I'm on a syndicated radio show with no agent. I never had an agent. I never had a person go into a room and say, man, you're gonna love this guy. I just got off the phone with Sybil Wilch from the Tom Joyner Show, and Artis Stevens, the first black president of the Big Brothers Big Sister program in America and in its existence. And he made me a game changer, like a mentor. It's only 9 of us or 7 of us, like it's Sway and Damon John. And I had a picture in Times Square, and I said all that to say I didn't need a manager back then. God
Yeah.
was showing me I could talk for myself. But what Roz is doing now, how she's expanding my territory. And
See,
then she's a commissioner in New Jersey and she's on a lot of boards and she has a record label and like this is what she does. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
that's
So
right. That's what's
I
up.
just wanted to say to the people that's listening, when you can find some and she's the first person outside of my wife and my mother who really hears me. She
Mm,
understands what I'm saying. I
mm-hmm.
want to do a contest to bring comedians in Comedy Central Africa, and we can. And she say, Griff, I love it all. Let me look at the dates. Let me look like she's slow because when you're a visionary and when you and a dreamer,
Mm,
all you do is think about things that's not today. I'm
yeah.
already in my April and my August of 2025. I'm always jumping, I'm quantum leaping to another time so I could be there real quick, check it, come back, go and it's a different kind of energy and space you are when you're an entertainer, but when you're a speaker you control the room, so
That's
it's
it.
something inside of the room that wasn't there until you started talking. And
Mm-hmm.
whether you get emotions from person or laughing, laughter is an involuntary response that your body has to something. It's like a sneeze. Like you don't leave the house and say, I'm gonna laugh 109 times. Actually, I leave the house and say if I can get 1,700 laughs in today, anything less than that'll just be awesome. But it's
Okay.
something that your body just goes, ta! And if you can make a human being who doesn't know you, doesn't know your background, doesn't know where you live, he's not from where you from, if you can make a stranger do
Laugh.
something to sneeze, I just made you sneeze basically. It's a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
superpower. I'm a
It is.
superhero. Whatever. If you
Yeah.
don't believe you're a superhero, you're gonna die. Get out the game. We got galaxies to destroy.
Right. No, I mean, real talking. Not all superheroes wear capes. Sometimes we walk around with a mic and we got a notebook and we old school and we jot it
Man,
down and we do what we got to do.
I'm a
But
superhero. I don't believe nothing less. My 32-year-old think I'm a superhero. My
you
30
know
year
what?
olds think I'm a superhero. My daughters think I'm a superhero. Y'all get to see Griff the comedian. They just see dad. I got a mild mannered. I got a whole different way I am
Yeah.
outside of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm a
that's how it's supposed
superhero.
to be. Yeah. Yeah.
If
No,
you
that
don't believe that,
absolutely.
quit.
I cannot. But absolutely, I definitely concur. Everybody's superpowers look different. My name began with
Wanda's
S, so there it
superpower is
is.
thinking.
Yeah,
Roz's
no, for
superpower is
real.
numbers.
Yeah,
She's so brilliant with numbers and deadlines
yes.
and times and Wanda the
And
same way.
data.
Like
And
yeah,
yep,
and data. Like
yep.
man, I be going to sleep when she be talking to me. She be like,
You
okay, I
know
just got your
what?
flights and then now we gotta get it on. So I be like, what you say? I'm sorry. What we going? I want to go in June. Like I'm always, but when you have a team of people around you and I never had a team. This is the blessing. God is blessing me now. The Bible says in your latter years, woo, in your latter years, it'll come. It won't come when you think it should. When you third,
Oh,
I
I
auditioned
oh
for
I
Def
know.
Comedy Jam in '97. I was
Oh
only doing comedy 2 years. I was awful. I ain't know how to cuss that good. Like I ain't,
I
I, you know what I'm saying? I started at the White Club. I don't know how to talk about. Like I had to learn to talk like Joe Clare and Red Grant and Dominique and
cannot.
Teddy Carpenter and all them. Like it's when you start
All of
comedy on the
them.
East Coast, it's so
Yes.
many cities you can go to. You don't
Yep.
get to stay at the crib because
Nope.
Baltimore is just 33 miles away.
Yep.
Philly, New Jersey, New York,
Yep.
4 hours away. Boston, 5. Connecticut, 5.5. Like it's a million rooms on the East Coast. You know what I
No, for
mean?
real.
So
In real
it
life,
teaches your
absolutely.
timing. It teaches
Yeah.
you good timing. It teaches you diversity as well. Because in Washington D.C., where I started, even though I'm from Cali, I'm an East Coast comedian. Where I started, some nights in DC or the DMV, you might do an all white spot. Then you might do an Asian spot. Then you might do an Indian spot or a Filipino spot. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
It's
you had to
definitely
be
a
quick with your
mixing bowl.
words.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it is a mixing bowl. Well, listen, me starting out on the outskirts of the city, then migrating to the city because eventually we started coming into Chaplins because word got out. Hey, it's a sister that's down there. She's doing comedy. So a young sister walked up to me. She said, "Sis," she said, "I love it. You funny here. You gonna be hilarious over here. Like, let me take you from this spot right here.
How about
You need
that?
to
Yeah.
come in the
That's what you do.
hood
Yeah.
and holler at us
Exactly.
over here. What
Yeah.
else they
When
say?
people cussing you
Yes,
out because you talking
yes.
over the game, they don't want to hear nothing about your joke. They smoking
Nothing. They
cigarettes.
they want
They waiting for their
Jonesy.
fries.
Yes, they want straight Johnny. They want it. And the
Yeah.
crazy part is that it was like I've been cussing since I've been 9. I tell this story all the time. So I got a PhD in this. Okay, the combinations, the wordplay. I'm a cussologist. Period. Point blank. So me going from there, because I grew up in the hood, so it wasn't like I was. Oh no, my name is Dorothy, and I'm looking for my little dog Toto, and I can't go to the hood. No, I'm from the hood. So let's go. Thank you. Let me get around my people because that's energy, right? You feed
Yeah, when
off of
I
that.
do
They
black
gonna
rooms,
take you.
that's easy. It's easy, and I
Yeah,
love
but
to
you
do
gotta get
grown
it.
black people
Yeah.
over anybody. I don't know what to tell a 24 year. I don't want to do a college no more unless it's the people that graduated class of '96. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't know what these 23-year-olds is talking. I actually think they all kind of dumb. They don't have libraries no more. They don't read books.
They
They
ain't
would never
writing
know.
cursive no more.
They don't. If you don't know what cursive, if you can't read cursive, you're an idiot. Nobody won't say it out loud. You don't know the Q is backwards than the P. You better grow up.
Oh, cannot. I love it. But that's right though. They're definitely not training them like they used to, and that's for sure. But absolutely. I think that
I've seen some
we
examples of some smart ones, but overall, it's just all they know is they phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's the hammer. She peep this. So little kids that's 2 and 3 are on their iPads. They're watching other kids play.
Right.
They're watching other kids with Barbie dolls going, "Hey Barbie, how you doing? I'm Ken. I live around the corner. Let's all walk to my house real quick and then get in my car." You not gonna watch other kids play?
No.
Like you better go play. Like, oh
Get
man, mama,
outside.
go
Right.
outside. You better
Right.
get you
Don't
some
come back
chalk or a
in.
white
Right.
rock
Be like
and make you a
outside.
hopscotch.
Yep.
Get some kids, play Mother May I. You better get some marbles. You better go do something. Go play hide and go get it. What a nasty grown kid game we was playing. Hey, she. No, it's real funny. My whole life, whenever kids played house, because I didn't have a grandfather growing up. I always wanted to be the grandpa. So as soon as they started, the fine girl would say, "Let's play house," and I would go, "I want to be the grandpa," and all the kids would be like, "All right." So I, I had the grandpa voice and everything. I was like, "All right, kids, I'm gonna need y'all to get out of that water closet so we can
Oh,
read the
girl.
Bible." I'm just saying all the things I thought a grandfather would say. Now listen, we're gonna go outside and bust up the shifero like kill the mockingbird real quick.
Look, but why are you hitting the old school words? Because some people probably like, what the hell is a shipper? Listen,
A
why we still
dresser.
got one down in the basement?
Do you? I know that's
Yeah,
right.
in my daddy
I
house,
know
like
that's
you
right.
saying, we still got one. And
I
you know
know
what
that's right.
hide in there? Look, the
Yeah.
shipper keeps secrets, okay?
Well,
All the stuff your parents don't want you to find, you can
it's in the
find in the
Chiffero. That's
shipper.
why they made
Yeah,
Narnia.
your
Narnia
Christmas
was in the
gift is in the
Chiffero.
shipper. Yeah, everything is in the shipper. If your
Yeah.
daddy looking at stuff he ain't supposed to be, that
It's
he
in the
ain't supposed to be looking
Chiffero.
at, it's in the shipper. And we
That's
used to hide it in
hilarious.
there, but we still got one. It's down
I love it.
in the basement and it's still standing. So you know that was a quality shipper because
In
it's still
Germany, they
standing.
call them shrunks,
Oh
and they call
wow.
them shrunks. So basically, a German shrunk would take a whole wall in your living room, but that's
Right.
where you put your china and your, it was huge, and then it was made of real wood from the Black Forest in Germany. So all Americans, I was stationed in Germany, so all Americans wanted to bring it home, bring it back, but they were so heavy and you was
Yeah.
gonna end up costing, but you'll never get one. You'll never get a German shrunk nowhere in America unless somebody's selling it who was in the military. So I know what a shifero is. When I realized, I said, "Oh, a shrunk is a shifero."
Oh. you know anything that's somewhere else when they come over here, we rename it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what we do. We rename it. We'll be like, what in the, it's a closet and it's big. If you ain't never
yeah.
had no closet,
It's a
it's
portable
your
closet.
closet.
That's what it is.
It's your
You right.
closet. Yes. It's on the wall and it do everything that your closet would do. Or if you want an extra
Yes.
space, you created
Yes.
that. And then that other
It
thing
was
that you
the
was
it was the
talking
hide
about.
and seek
Yeah, it was
best
everything.
hiding spot of all time, by the way.
Yes, yes, it
But
was.
everybody looks first in the shiffer, so you
Yeah,
can't be in the shiffer.
everybody looks first in the shift row, right? Because we
Right.
know, because you can hear your little feet going to there anyway, and the door make noise when you open it. So definitely, but I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. But you brought up some old school games. You know, everybody, no matter where you come from, but yeah, kids used to go. We used to be outside. My mother, we had to come home before the street lights came on. You had to go if you was thirsty. You turn on the water hose because she said, "Do not keep running in and out of my house. You gonna turn on the water hose and drink some water from the water hose. If you had to use now, the only way that you was coming back in is if for real if you had to use the bathroom because I ain't no boy, so I had to come inside, quit playing. But either way it go, but all those games, red light, green light, stop. Like you said, hide and go get it. We used to play Chinese jump rope, jacks.
Yeah, with the rubber bands. I used to
Yep,
make the
all of
rubber
that,
bands.
everything,
My,
double dutch,
I was here.
everything.
Here's a dumb look. I got a whooping in Pasadena because because I was playing or Chinese jump rope with the girls. So my mama came outside. Now it's around my ankles, and the girls is going in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
Uh, and my mom and I'm singing the song.
Uh-oh. Griff, I had lost your volume.
Oh, you can hear me.
Okay, yep. Now, okay, you said you were singing the song and
I was
what?
singing the song. My mama came outside and whooped me from where I was playing Chinese jump rope from there to the house, saying, "You a boy, you a boy." I was like, "I'm a boy. I'm getting whooped because I'm a boy." I'm so,
Because you
I'm
was
so
outside
confused. I hate you so
playing
much.
jump rope. Yes. Look, listen. It's always something, and it's always fun to be outside and either watch your cousins get tore up because they doing stuff that they ain't got no business.
Right.
And it's always one family member that go back and they report all to everybody because you
Yeah,
didn't
that's
say
called a
well. Oh,
snitch.
yeah.
I
And
had a
then you didn't
cousin.
say
I had a cousin with a baby hand. I don't know
shut up,
the
fool.
real doctor name of it or the
Oh,
cert,
good.
but his one of his hands was the size of a baby hand. Okay, so
Okay.
I remember being a kid, and he my first cousin, and my mom was like, "Why you ain't outside playing?" I was like, "Cause he got a baby hand." She said, "So you had a baby hand too? Grow up!" And would make me go outside and play with him. So I just realized, Wanda, you'll appreciate this. I probably realized in the last year that I'm certain that I was autistic growing up, but my
Yeah,
parents wouldn't let
fool.
me. They wouldn't let me be. So I had to find all these ways with numbers and counting words and counting tile and asbestos dots on the ceiling
Shut
to
up, fool.
focus and pay attention. So I'm definitely on the spectrum and I'm proud. I don't need a doctor to tell me I'm on the spectrum. So
You know what? See, that's why your mic went off. I can't be playing with you
let
because you can't listen. I'm not
me tell
about
you
to
something.
play with
Let
you.
me tell you how I know I'm on the spectrum.
Go ahead.
I've
I'm
been
going to
doing.
listen.
I'm gonna listen. So, and this is I got a million examples because spectrum is so vast. But I'll be. I'll,
That's why you
I'll
call
tell
it the
you this one.
spectrum. Go ahead.
To every time, and I normally go out on the road every weekend. Every
Mm-hmm.
weekend I stay at a hotel. Now I've been staying at more Airbnbs because I'm kind of cool on hotel. But
Right.
every weekend I'm at a hotel, and I'm not one of those people that be all grossed out by hotels because of the one night stands or the affairs or the cheating. That ain't it. I'd be grossed out by how many naked dudes has slept in the bed I'm about to sleep in. Like I was like, that's like 26,000 sets of testicles that been in this bed, right? So to fix my problem with random dudes on my sheets, I get a 3-wick candle from not Bed Bath and Beyond, but the other place that be having candles all the time.
Bath and Body
And then
Works.
Bath and Body Works. So now my hotel room smell like champagne toast. How about that? No balls.
Shut up, fool. I cannot. But you know but see, that's that, and that is the art of comedy in and of itself, and even storytelling. Like a comedian will make you go and reevaluate everything that
Man,
you
your
thought
life,
was
your soul, if they do it
yeah.
right.
You be
Right.
sitting up there like nobody probably even thought, oh yeah, he right. It's been a
How
whole
many
lot of
naked dudes? I don't
yeah,
care about the sperm on the wall with the blue light. I'm thinking about my testicles next to a bunch of invisible other dudes' testicles. That means I'm a LGBTQBC3PO
Shut
as
up,
soon as I go to
fool.
sleep.
I cannot. I cannot. But no, that's actually it makes you really reevaluate. I mean, people are
man,
particular about when they go. They
man, I
turn
don't
it
need
down.
Lysol.
You say you ain't worried about no bed bugs. You worried about the
No,
balls.
I'm worried about bed balls. How about
Yeah,
that?
I'm worried about the bed balls, not the bed bugs.
And
You a
the
fool.
people in the reception is like, I'm sorry, bed balls? I said, yeah, ma'am, Are the bed balls taken care of in 461? That's what I
They
want
be
to know
like, sir,
before
we
we.
haven't flipped these mattresses or put new mattress covers on them in about 50 years.
I,
You will be okay. It'll be
yeah, I'm gonna be
okay.
okay, but just make sure there's no remnants of bed balls,
Yeah,
please.
none.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
please and
You're
thank you.
awesome.
And I got a blue light and a black light. I'm gonna turn off the
No,
light
I
and
don't
light
even
my
need them ones. I don't even need. You can keep them. I don't need them. I need a 3-wick candle that's on sale for $12 because I'm
Okay
on the
then.
app. Let me tell you something. Candles, I'll be a whole female in the Bath and Body Works, like a whole one. Like I'll be in there and I'll be like, "Oh my God, do y'all have the wallflowers too?" They be like, "Come right here." I'll be like, "I'm coming, girl." Like I love scents, but that's another thing to do with my spectrum. But I ain't got
You
time
know
to
what,
tell you. It's
fool?
so
I'm not
vast.
about to
It's
play.
so vast.
I'm not.
It's so
Yeah, it's so
vast.
vast. And
It's
which
so
planet would you
vast.
be on? I'm not about to
Right.
play with you. Yeah,
Right.
please.
Everybody got their own OCDs. When you when you realize that you gotta turn the doorknob 11 times, you on the spectrum.
You know what, fool? I cannot. When all the seasons got to face the same direction in the same
That's the OCD.
way.
That's the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the spectrum. Or when you come home and be like, "Who been in my cabinet?" You like, "What is
Right.
you talking
No,
about?"
I
Nah,
got
because I
my
keep
women
the Lowry's next to the
vacuum.
slap your mama right by
But
the
wait a
salt and
minute.
pepper.
It's like when you vacuum the rug and you could tell if somebody done walked across because you got your
Right.
lines going in a
My
specific way.
dad
Who
called
done
them
walked
vacuum lines. I
across?
got a whooping for not having vacuum lines. So my dad
Yes.
told me, here go my dad, a Marine dude. He says, and we was lying, and he was just showing me slow that I was a liar. he, he said, so you vacuumed this shag carpet. I was like, yes, Dad, I did. He's like, how long ago? And I was like, and then, when you be lying, they help you with your lie. Was it like 30, 45 minutes ago? Yeah. It was
Yeah.
30, 45 minutes ago. So 30, 45 minutes ago, you vacuumed the whole house. Yes. So I got a question. Sit down for a second. Where's the vacuum lines? And
Exactly.
I remember going, I'm sorry, one more time from the top. The vacuum lines? They must have got vacuum. And that's when I got a whoop. So
See? See?
don't talk to me about vacuum lines. It's a trigger.
But
It's a
that's
trigger.
how it is when you talking about OCD and kids and all the
Yeah, I'm
things
telling you,
we
I'm on the
had
spectrum. It
doing.
don't hurt
And
my
if you
feelings.
didn't do them, your mama knew, your daddy knew, everybody knew if you didn't do what you were supposed to. But that is the beautiful part. And I love the fact that you actually shared a lot of stories in there, and that's the art of storytelling at its finest, is to be able to come on in
Appreciate you.
and say absolutely, and say what you need to say, and to be able to get, perspective, because I've said, and I watched a lot of comedians. Some tell great stories, and
Yeah,
some of them go for the, just for the one liners, and that's cool if that's your thing. But
yeah,
for
that's
you
what I
to,
say. I like a dude that got a bunch of one-liners. I think that's
yeah,
hella
but you
smart
gotta,
too.
yeah, no, yeah, but it's good if you kind of can mix them up or stop where you
No,
are,
you
like
got
how
to.
you deal with hecklers or whatever the case may be, or you make that pause because there's something going on in the club and you just try to draw it to make it make sense and kind of to fit whatever it is you got going on. And it is an art to it, and everybody can't do it. And I think with me, I think the plus is being a woman in the game, because it's not a lot of us,
Right.
and so, and to be able to draw from those experiences. And I love to talk about things on stage that make the girls who come with their dudes uncomfortable, because I like to see the dudes be uncomfortable, because
Of
the girls
course.
be laughing so hard and then they be looking at their man like, and I just, it's the whole reaction, and it's the exchange that we have, and it's the energy that we as females bring, to any environment that we're in. Like, we can speak without really having to say too much because we already know what time
Right,
it
because
is.
y'all sweet in the face. I done got,
Yeah.
yeah. For a
So,
man to not catch up on that, they talking about you without saying nothing. You need to
without
read the
saying a
room, sir.
thing, I love it. And that's
All
what
them
I
ladies is
love.
over there murdering you right now.
Yes. And then you mad, and then you want to know why she in the car quiet on the way home. It's like, what
Right,
you say? I ain't get it. With you was laughing a little bit too hard, or whatever the case may be.
right,
It's the art of that, and to be able to deliver. That's my rapid fire. I feel like that's my superpower, when I'm able to just get on stage and do, what I do, or even, being on platforms like this, and the fact that we can have fun and talk about everything and anything. But the fact that, of course, it's Black History Month, and of course we're gonna give y'all the history of comedy and all the things. And if y'all missed it, y'all go back and listen to the replay, or y'all wait
right.
until this episode airs and do its thing, so y'all can get y'all knowledge on, because Y'all ain't gonna just laugh and not be learned too, as my grandma said. We gonna learn you today. You gonna learn something,
Exactly.
and you gonna laugh, and you gonna learn, and you gonna laugh. So that's the beautiful, beautiful thing about it. But Griff, me and you been dominating the conversation for the most part. But I just wanted to tap into Miss Wanda Rose and see if you have
One
anything that you
day.
would like to add or whatever the case may be, my love.
Hey, thanks for the great conversation tonight. We can't end the night without going. Our audience members always submit some questions, and we have to get to those questions. I mean, just a
Yeah.
couple. So, one of the questions this person they posed to us, they said that I have not been to church in 2 years. Should I go to Easter Sunday with my new girlfriend? She's invited me to church. I don't have any church clothes. I don't have money to buy an outfit. I don't want to embarrass her.
You need to go to some Bible studies and work your way up, homie. You can't just go to the Super Bowl. You got to go to you some practice services. Wear you some jeans and a t-shirt on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and let people know who you are. Cause and then know this as well. You probably haven't been, and I'm just guessing because of COVID or something like that. But let me just tell you something. It's no bad time to go back to church. It's not like God. You don't have to go in Easter and Christmas. You can actually just go in August or tomorrow. Like God doesn't hold it against you. You hold it against yourself.
I am hot. I'm screaming. He said, "Try Bible study first. Don't walk up in there on no
Yeah, you
Easter
don't want to
Sunday."
just. You don't want to
Yeah,
just. You don't want the whole. It's
yeah.
and then he
Cause
was
they coming in
crucified.
like them
Then he was
Mississippi and Tennessee
resurrected.
pimps, honey. They
Yeah,
coming
it's
in like Mississippi and Tennessee pimps. They coming
yeah.
in with they 3-piece lime green
Yes,
gators on, the whole suit
believe
and
that.
tie and hat to match.
Believe that.
And you coming up in there with your what on? They is not about to play with you.
And
They
your
gonna
new
sit you in the
girlfriend.
Look, they gonna sit you in the way back. What they call it? When the overflow, you gonna be on the overflow of the overflow and the overflow. So they gonna put you in the back, cause
Right.
it's a fashion show on Easter Sunday. I ain't even gonna hold you up.
Well,
I
you
don't
know
even
what's
know.
funny? At my church, our pastor said on Easter, don't wear a suit. That's how we're going to know you're not a member because church is not about your suit, it's
Right.
about Jesus. So he actually makes t shirts and stuff around those holidays because he doesn't want anybody to feel like, oh, I ain't got a suit. I can't go find out about Jesus.
Look, and some of them people ain't even gonna take heed. They be like, I done had this suit on layaway for the last 3-4 months. I'm wearing my suit on
They
Easter
still
Sunday,
putting
honey. Yeah, some people be putting their stuff on layaway,
totes on
honey.
layaway.
Look, pay
Jeez.
by 4, whatever they gonna do, but they gonna do what they gonna do, honey. You gonna
Put it
get
on
it.
Quattro. They put it on
Yes, I
Quattro.
get it.
I
Yes,
think that's
I
what
get
Pay
it.
by Four turned
Pay
into.
by
They put
4.
it on. They put it on Quattro. That's hilarious.
Mm-mm-mm. Go ahead,
That's hilarious.
Wanda. Go ahead. What
Okay, we
did you
got
have
another
another
question.
question?
We got. I'm only gonna do a couple questions tonight. We got another
Okay,
question. This one,
it's all good.
this from a female, and she was kind of sad. She said, "My boyfriend sent me a text for Valentine's Day and it said Happy Day, nothing more. Should I be upset?"
Then that ain't her boyfriend. I mean, point blank,
Nah, that ain't
period.
true. Don't do him like that. Hold on. Let me talk for the men.
Hold on,
Go
Griff.
ahead. I'll let you.
Let me
Go
say,
ahead. Go
number
ahead.
one, it ain't her. It's not her dude. If he just sent you
If
a
all he
text,
said was Happy Day all day,
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
you
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 ain't
not a
you.
priority.
Right,
Agreed.
you the side piece, babe. Let me just help you out. You the side piece, cause the real girlfriend got the flowers, the candy.
She
She done
getting
went
the
out to
emojis.
dinner.
She getting
Yeah,
the
all of
heart
that.
emojis.
Yeah,
She catching everything. She don't need your
everything.
stupid text because she been getting loved on
Right.
for a week.
You the side
You the one
piece.
that's all new.
Yes, you the side piece, babe. I hate to tell you, but you the side piece, so you might want to just move around. He ain't your boyfriend. They say he's just a friend. You just a friend, baby. You just a
Yeah.
friend.
Okay,
Oh, now
I
that
got.
lady want off. She hate this show.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, she probably sitting
She
beside
hate
her
this
bed
show. She like,
crying.
all right.
No, no. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this about our viewers and the people who write these questions in. They come here for the truth. Ain't nobody sugarcoating nothing. We don't put no
Oh,
little
good.
sprinkles on it and make you feel all warm and fuzzy. I'm gonna tell you the TRUTH. We is not about to play with it.
It sounded like
And
you wasn't gonna spell truth right just now. It
boy,
sounded like
bye.
you. It's
I'm trying to
it
come in
sounded like
here.
you took a good pause. You said, "I'm about to tell
Well,
you
you
the
know,
TR."
I gotta take that good. I was gonna spell it TRUFF. F.
The
Okay.
TROOF right now.
All
That's
of
what
that.
you
You
about to hear.
already know.
You
But
understand me?
but either
Okay.
way it go, they come with it. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. This is a serious question. So they need. This one says, okay, this guy said my ex-wife doesn't want me to meet her future husband. She said, it's not a good idea. Should I be concerned or just relax? We got 5 kids.
Go
Oh
ahead,
wow,
Griff. That's
nah,
on
you
you.
gotta. Oh no, we gotta meet because I'm gonna be over getting the kids. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna see me at birthdays and y'all gonna have to meet. Like that's not even that actually don't have nothing to do with her. That have everything to do with you and the man because you have to introduce yourself. These are my children that are in the custodial care of you and my ex-wife. So I just want you to
Facts on
look me in my
wax.
eye and let me, and so I can know that my kids will be safe. And they could be y'all's kids whenever you want to, but overall, them is mine.
Facts on wax. I appreciate it. That's what it is. We have one more, or was that it, Wanda?
I think that's all. We're gonna go on to some hot topics before we end tonight, and we got a few other
Okay.
surprises. So hot topics. First one, Cat Williams versus Monique. They're great examples of
Uh,
storytelling. What y'all think? And Shannon Sharp, he's building his own table.
you can go ahead. Go ahead, Sheila.
Why did I? That's why I paused. Look, hey, the only thing I can say is just this. I've had the pleasure of working with Monique when she had her club down in Baltimore. I don't have anything bad to say about
And I'm
anybody.
going to say the same thing Sheila said. The first human being that paid me for my craft that I wanted to be since I was
See,
3.5 years old was
see,
Monique's Comedy Club. And her
see,
brother gave me, I was opening up for JB Smooth. We probably did 70 shows that weekend, and
see.
I got $300. And it was the very first time I had a moment. I was outside just looking at the white envelope and said Griff with $300 in the corner. And this homeless dude walked up to me and said, "Hey, bro." I said, "Nigga, I'm having a moment." Like, for real.
That's all
For real.
I mean, see,
Yeah,
and that's
I don't have nothing to say.
yeah, and the whole
I
thing
pray
is,
that everybody can, she's on tour with Cat Williams right
yeah,
now.
right now they on tour together, and that's what I was gonna say. So I'll just say it like this: people gonna always have gripes and grievances. It's up to you on how
Yeah,
you deal with it. But hopefully
straight up.
tonight, y'all can tell that no matter what. I mean, Griff been in the game for a long time, so have I. We have different paths, and that's cool. But at the same time, it's all love. I never felt out the way or like bothersome or whatever the case may be. We got to be able to come together because who making the money is the other people that's outside still throwing the dirt, and they only
Exactly.
throwing the dirt because they ain't got shit else to do themselves. So it's
Right.
not for me to degrade her or
Right.
him. I
I
already
love
spoke on Kat
Monique way
anyway.
too
Yeah,
much.
Monique is a cool person. I think a lot of times she was basically you mad because she's standing up for herself. This
Yeah.
is a grimy business, point blank,
I
period.
think
It,
she's a black woman and we need to protect her like she was our
protect her
mother.
just
And
like
don't let
anybody
nobody
else. You
say
don't
nothing
have to
about her.
agree with
You know
her
what I'm
all the
saying?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all let the clown be the president, why y'all mad at Monique? That's my take on it.
Exactly.
Anything else?
Okay, yeah. That's my yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
Yeah, next
Agreed.
question.
Okay,
Y'all
Agreed.
let the
okay, you
clown be the
guys. This
president.
this was for Candace, our other co-host, who's not here tonight, but she would love this, and I think Griff will like this one too. For 2024 football season, will Deion Sanders rise to the occasion?
I can I just happen to be a sports dude. Uh the next this year for Dion is actually going to be exceptional because Dion is, with being with Dallas and he being from that area for so long, he's able to
Mm.
the Pac-12 got disassembled, and now Dion is coming to the Big 12. So right now in the Big 12, right now, Dion Sanders got the best football team. So he don't have to be in the pack. He don't have to worry about UCLA, USC, none of them no more. Now he got, and then remember that Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12 to be with the SEC. So right now, the whole it's his. It's all his. And he got his people that he needed in the portal, the block for his son. Dion gonna be sweet this year. Trust.
I'm what he said. What he said.
that was you chiming in on the
Yeah,
sport.
that
Come on.
hey, cause I yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candace would have loved to be a part of this discussion tonight. She's a big sports fan
Absolutely.
too, and
Oh,
I
is
think
she?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
she is. But I
Oh,
think
nice.
I can't wait for football season because I think everybody
Yeah.
caught his games last year, and I'm gonna be catching his games this year. But okay, we want to talk about Beyonce goes country. I knew something was up when her hair color changed, but she's gone country, and she just made the number one. Um, First black female on the number one country on the country charts today.
Okay, so let me
This
just
is.
interject and
Go
say
ahead, she.
this. That she not the first. Okay, so we
No,
gonna let's be clear. Okay, she just
but
Beyonce, and
she
she just
probably
like
got the highest. Yeah, she
right.
probably
Yeah,
got the
no.
highest though.
She definitely that, but it's a I think her name is Tanner Adele. Y'all go check her
Yes.
out. She got it's called something Buckle Bunny. It's her song. She is blowing up right now on social media. Matter of fact, she got blonde hair. She's a beautiful girl, but her vocals are bananas. So the
Right.
whole thing and her thing, and she said it on IG. They are welcoming Beyonce with open arms, but she said, let's not forget those ones who were what already
Yeah.
what here.
Exactly.
So she not the first. So I mean, give her
I
her
realize she's not
flowers.
the first, but I think it's different for her, and that's what
Well, it
Well,
is,
the
but
whole thing,
so
she
it's
gonna shine the light
if
on country.
if Andre 3000 could play a woodwind instrument, then
Hello,
Beyonce could do what she want to. And
right?
shout out to and
Absolutely,
never forget they from Texas. They
right.
they really from Texas. They not pretend. They rodeo people. Like I loved her mama's comment when they was like, "Why is y'all talking crazy about my daughter?" Like we been wearing. I can show you nothing but pictures of them and cowboy stuff. Like this is a culture.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that sometimes when we have stars that come in that have blown up on the
Man, don't
high
nobody
end of
care
the
about
top.
these mean white people. Whatever.
Yeah,
Scoot over.
yeah, no, no,
How
no,
about
not
that?
the white people. We just saying we don't want to forget our brothers and sisters that have already been in this genre for a long time.
Of
You know,
course.
country music is like telling stories. Just what we was talking about today. It's a hook to it, but it's a flow to it too, and everybody got a
It's a
story. But y'all,
cadence. It's a proper
yeah,
code, a
absolutely.
proper
But check out
cadence.
Tanner Adele. She is definitely dope. I don't even listen to country for real. Beyonce is not gonna be the reason why I start listening to country.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
got
just my thing.
country kids. I done took my kids to Brooks and Dunn's concert.
See,
Uh
I'm
I
not
bought one of
mad.
my sons wanted Garth Brooks collector set for Christmas. Like
Yeah.
we know about it. We
See,
know about
well,
it.
see that's up, and that's what's up. You know, I grew up more or less like rhythm and blues, more blues than
No,
rhythm.
I did too, but I
Yeah,
like everything. You better
yeah.
learn about other stuff. You
No,
better
no, no.
learn.
It's
I
not
go to
that I don't know. I can know about it and not like it. What you mean?
yeah, that's on
I'm
you.
just
All right.
exactly. I'm just saying. I'm not. What else, Wanda?
that's all I have for hot topics tonight. But we usually end with a word from Sheila New, but tonight we got a special guest, Griff. So we want to hear a final word from Griff and from Sheila New. So we had a word from the wise from Griff and a word from the wise from Sheila.
Go ahead, Griff. Take it.
I just want the man who every year I watch all the Oscar movies. I told y'all I'm the same way with the Grammys. I like to know all the nominees, but I watch all the Oscar nominated everything, the animation, everything. So there was a movie called The King's Speech that won a bunch of Oscars, and when the man who wrote it, because he got best screenplay, when he wrote it, he was probably 69. He was like, "Hey man, did y'all stop dreaming? Did you think it was an age limit on this? Did you thought you could only get one of these when you was 26, when you was 35, when you was 45?" Like, and I just love that speech because in this game, with this blessing that we have, it's never over. It's never over. It's yours as long as you can will it. That's mine. Never be, don't put a time limit on your gift. It's yours.
Yay.
Ta-da, curtsy, man,
Thank,
curtsy.
thank
Okay, okay, Sheila, what's your word? What's your word for today?
Okay, so my word is just this. We can all get along and share the same space. We can all be in the same genre, no matter if it's music, comedy, whether you're a writer, whether you are a author, a producer, whatever. We can all share the same space. Basically, at the end of the day, it's enough. When they made one, they just didn't stop at one. They made a whole lot. Dove, when Dove came out with soap, it didn't stop Dial, it didn't stop Zest, it didn't stop any of these other things from existing. When McDonald's opened, it didn't. The Burger King didn't say, "Oh, we're not gonna open because it's a McDonald's down the street." And then Wendy's came, and then all of these things. So basically, it's just this simple. There's enough room. You follow your own path. You have your own dreams. You create your own lane and you keep dreaming, keep striving, keep getting it. And if let us be your example, you have two comedians that share the same space who have differences of opinions, maybe about a lot of things, but at the same time, we come together in love and solidarity because we know that this business needs just that more laughter. Laughter is medicine, and that's my opinion on it. And I hope y'all laugh. And more than anything, we hope that we elevated your thought process throughout the whole thing. We ain't here to bash nobody. We here to invoke laughter. We here to invoke thought. We here to make you think about things from a different level all together. And I hope y'all got that tonight. I appreciate y'all. Of course, it's Black History Month. Y'all know we was gonna talk about black stuff all the times because we what? We blackity black 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 365, and that's
Oh
my
yeah,
word.
I'm
I
hella black.
appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Y'all stay blessed. Send in them submissions.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Chris. We
You know
appreciate
I
you.
love you. Yeah, you welcome,
I
she.
appreciate
Congratulations on all your success, my dear.
and to you as well. And I know that one of these days we'll be able to grace the stage, and it's gonna be a wonderful thing. Both of us on the same stage at the same time. And of course, Lucretia, thank you for always holding us down. We'll see y'all next month. Y'all keep driving them numbers up. Y'all click the link, hit the bio, hit the in the chat, get that information, screenshot it, submit your 5 minutes. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, y'all going over to Africa and set the world on fire. Quit playing. Let's get it. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all when we see you. Peace. In the room. Ain't they